67 million years ago, this planet was ruled by monsters. So I built a simulation of the late Cretaceous, and it went from a simulation to a real, thriving ecosystem. Before everything fell apart, there were giants. These are Apatosaurus, some of the largest animals to ever walk the earth. But in this simulation, we're focusing on just 2. I'm calling this one Atlas, one of the largest in the herd. Massive, slow, but almost impossible to take down. And this is Emerald, his mate. They're expecting babies. And then everything changed. They weren't alone anymore. Atlas and Ember had babies. Small, fragile, barely able to keep up with the herd. And in the late Cretaceous, being small is a death sentence. They can't run, they can't defend themselves, and if they fall behind, they don't get a second chance. Now everything Atlas and Ember do changes. They don't just move for food anymore, they move for survival. Every step has to be saber. Every sound could mean danger. Because predators aren't looking for the strongest. They're looking for the weak. But not everything in this world relies on size. Some rely on something else entirely. A herd. And then it happens. The moment every herd is trying to avoid. From the edge of the trees, a hunter. A Tyrannosaurus Rex. And just like that, everything falls apart. They scatter, they run, they don't think. They just move. When a herd this big, panic spreads faster than the predator itself. But the T-Rex isn't chasing the whole herd. It only needs one, and it's already chosen. The Tyrannosaurus Rex feasts on the Edmontosaurus, giving it enough food for a week. The herd continues to live, and even lays a batch of eggs. The mother will continue to protect the eggs for the next couple weeks until they hatch. But without the father, it would be hard, because the father died to a pack of velociraptors just a day ago. The mom will protect the eggs with her life. While the mom sleeps, she's taken advantage of by a pack of velociraptors. Another Edmontosaurus walks over to help, but there's nothing he can do now. The parents didn't make it. No warning, no second chance. And now, they're on their own. Too small to run, too weak to defend themselves. And the herd is gone. In a world like this, that usually means the end. They don't know where to go. They don't know what's hunting them, but something does. And it's getting closer. But then, something unexpected appears. Not a predator, but a herd of Edmontosaurus. Larger, older, experienced. They notice the babies, and for a moment, nothing happens. No fear, no attack. Then one steps forward, no aggression, no rejection. They let them stay. In a world built on survival, sometimes survival means not being alone. But even with help, they're still living in the same dangerous world. And out there, second chances don't last forever. Not every story in this world ends with the herd. This is a Triceratops, alone. No herd, no protection. Starvation. The plants are gone, and what's left isn't enough. Every step costs energy it doesn't have, and it's running out. But starvation isn't the only problem. But first, we have to go back. Before the silence, before the hunger, he wasn't alone. Hollow was born into a herd of Triceratops. Protected, surrounded, safe. He didn't need to fight. He didn't need to survive. The herd did that for him. But herds don't last forever. One season, everything changed. Food became scarce, and the herd had to move. Separation. Faster than he could keep up. Stronger ones pushed forward, and he fell behind. They didn't stop. For the first time in his life, he was alone. No protection, no direction. He tried to follow. He tried to survive. But every day, there was less food and less strength. And over time, everything that made him strong faded until there was nothing left but hollow. But starvation isn't the only problem, 'cause something has noticed. A pack of velociraptors, fast, coordinated, and patient. They don't rush in, they wait, they test, and they know this one can't fight for long. At the top of this world, there are no herds. No safety in numbers. There are only hunters. A pair of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not just survivors, partners. They don't move like the others. No panic, no wasted energy. Every step is calculated. They've learned this world together. Will they hunt? They don't chase blindly. One pushes, the other waits. And when the moment comes, it's already over. They don't need numbers. They are the numbers. In a world where everything struggles to survive, they decide what survives. But even the rulers of this world don't control everything. There are forces bigger than strength, bigger than instinct. And when the moment comes, even kings fall. For millions of years, this world belonged to them. Atlas and Ember, still guarding what's left of their youth, the heart that once ran together, scattered across dying land. Hollow no longer searching for anything, just surviving what little remains. And those who were given a second chance still don't know how fragile it is. Even the strongest still walk this earth, the last kings watching a world they cannot save. Not because they are weak, but because everything is ending. At first it is just a light, a flicker, then a shadow grows. And in a single moment, everything changes. Strength no longer matters. Atlas and Ember separate in the chaos. The baby's lost in the storm. Hollow finally sits still. And even the last kings face something they cannot fight. Not all stories end with victory. Some just end. And when the dust finally settles, Earth will belong to someone else.